Hello and welcome to this fortnight's videocast from the editor's office. My name is Josey Puliyenthuruthel and I'm the managing editor of the magazine. I'm here to introduce the anniversary issue to you. Every year towards the end of the year we do our anniversary issue. Our first issue was published in January of 1992 and this is our 23rd anniversary issue that we have brought out. What we have tried to do this time is try and give a set of prescriptive solutions, if you will, for the new government as it tries to kind of revive the economy. As you know, the economy has been in a pretty sorry state for about 12 quarters now, and it's high time. The expectations are really high of the government role in trying to fix the economy and get it back on track. So at the headline level, what we all know is that what we need to do in this country is get your GDP growth back on track, rein in inflation, perhaps work a little better on your infrastructure and other stuff, but that's a given. Now, how do you get there, and how do you get India onto a trajectory where it will stay for 5 to 10 years to come, kind of stuff. While planning the anniversary issue, what we decided was that we would go beyond the headline kind of objectives and look at one or two levels below. So we said that let's kind of look at a range of topics which are of interest and are critical to the economy and get the best person out there to write on it, even if that person was not necessarily a well-known brand. And we've looked at a bunch of topics around governance, demography, services, manufacturing, education, health, and a bunch of such topics which are critical for the economy if it is to grow on a sustainable basis, not just growing to maybe 7-8% of GDP growth on a given year, but actually continuing at that level for 10 years to come. We contacted the best brains available out there on each one of these topics, and even if I say so, we have a good issue on stands as we speak. We call it Ideas for a New India. It's a collection of 21 essays of import which we believe will move the needle on the economy. I'll just give you a little bit of a sneak preview into some of the topics that have been written about and who's written it. For me, the best kind of topic was by Clayton Christenson, who's Harvard Business School's professor, who is a guru on the intersect of innovation and growth, and he talks about his concept of disruptive innovation, which is fairly kind of well known out there, but he applies the disruptive innovation lens to India. In doing so, he kind of talks about what could transform some businesses in India and where the opportunities lie to use the disruptive innovation lever to kind of open up markets, open up businesses, create new businesses, if you will. That is a good piece. KV Kamath, ICICI Bank's chairman, as also Infosys chairman, talks about the importance of the services economy. Now, as you know, that services in India has a high proportion of GDP, 2/3 of the GDP, if not more, comes from services, and this is kind of oftentimes criticized as saying, hey, we have leapfrogged manufacturing and we have not kind of had a large chunk of manufacturing happening in this country, and therefore make in India and other kind of slogans that are going out there. Kamath argues that, hey, having a high percentage of GDP coming from services is not necessarily such a bad thing. It has, if anything, added substantially to your per capita income growth, and each one of those milestones that he kind of talks about have triggers for higher growth going forward. So he makes an interesting argument there. Some of us in the newsroom believe that Indian institutions have gone kaput, they've broken. Vinod Rai, the ex-comptroller and auditor general, argues otherwise. He says no, they're not broken, they're just work in progress. They're standing up, they're maturing, and things augur well from that front for the Indian economy. It's, as all of us know, that institutions are critical in ensuring predictability in an economy, and predictability is so important for any business process, any business outcome out there. Shiv Nadar, chairman of HCL Group, talks about entrepreneurship, what worked for him, what didn't work for him, and he's kind of written a nice from the heart essay, if you will, on milestones in his life and a set of advisory, if you will, to readers and wannabe entrepreneurs out there. Pankaj Kamath, together with a colleague of his, Stephen Altman, talks about globalization and how under-globalized India is and the opportunities for Indians on that front. You have few more essayists out there, Manish Sabharwal of Team Lease, Ashish Dhawan of Central Square Foundation, Srinath Reddy of Public Health Foundation of India, a bunch of them adding their gravitas, their brains to make this a really cerebral issue. Like always, our ANV issue is slightly on the cerebral side, but we like to believe that these are issues that you can actually keep on the shelves, because you can keep going back to them for the wisdom in it and the advice that experts put out. This year also it's no different, and I hope you'll enjoy. Ideas for a new India, just at the time that there's such expectations of the Indian economy are so high, expectations of the Narendra Modi government are so high, issue that just details it all perfectly in about 100 odd editorial pages. You got a good issue there going. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.